No freaking way. They actually released a little scene from Spider-Man No Way Home? Let's take a look.
Be careful what you wish for, Parker. Hello, Peter.
Whoa! He stole that guy's pizza!
Hello Spider-Man fans, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. I did not think we would be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home so soon since the last video where yesterday we got a look at Empire's magazine cover art for Spider-Man No Way Home, and since we still don't have a poster for this movie that's 2 months away, this was the only thing we had to stare at, and the promise that on October 28th we would get so many more photos about Spider-Man No Way Home along with some interviews with the cast and crew. But today, Empire magazine thought, well, how about we give them a little sneak peek to what they will see on October 28th, decided to release 2 photos and a couple of quotes from their upcoming interview with the stars of Spider-Man No Way Home, and I can't wait to see the rest of these photos, because out of all of them, these are the 2 you chose? So we're going to be breaking down these photos and how the internet is kind of going crazy over one of them specifically. But I also want to hear from you Spider-Man No Way Home fans. How do you feel about this being one of the photos that they thought, internet's gonna love this, ain't gonna have a problem with this at all? We'll also even be touching upon Sony and Marvel revealing new release dates for upcoming movies that are Spider-Man spin-offs, making the year 2023 a very stacked year for Sony Spider-Man movies. Alright, yeah, so like I was saying, Empire magazine was the one to go ahead and reveal a little sneak peek, because on October 28th, their magazine will come out and we'll see so many more photos, as well as more interviews with the cast and crew of Spider-Man No Way Home, including Kevin Feige, where they ask him straight up about the rumors involving the Spider people and the multiverse. And the first photo they revealed was a damn good photo. Like, I love seeing me some battle-damaged Spider-Man, and that's exactly what we got here. Tom Holland Spider-Man doing his signature Spider-Man pose, maskless, with some damage on his face, bruised up. This, I feel, is obviously from the final act of the movie, and this will be one of the last battles he's probably having with the Sinister Six. Now, your guess is as good as mine as where exactly this location would be. We've heard rumors that the final battle will be taking place on the Statue of Liberty. I feel like with some of this weird architecture in the background, this could fit the top of the Statue of Liberty. But even if we don't know the location, one thing as a Spider-Man fan is making me unbelievably happy is if this is the final battle, that means Spider-Man is going to be wearing his red and black suit against the Sinister Six all together. I could not be more happier than that. Because look, I'm okay with Marvel and Sony wanting to do the thing where they bust out 10 different suits each Spider-Man movie. It's what they do to sell toys and merchandise, and of course I'm going to be one of those suckers purchasing that stuff, but I am just such a lover of the new red and black suit. Like, it is my favorite version of the Tom Holland suits. So it's kind of awesome to know that whatever happens when he wears the black and gold suit, or the suit that gives him Doctor Strange powers, or the new Iron Spider suit with the red and black attachment that we saw in the Empire magazine cover photo, by the end of it all, he will be going back to the red and black suit. And I hope this is more of his signature suit that he just continues wearing throughout the entire rest of the franchise. I also feel if they're bringing in Tobey, Maguire, and Andrew Garfield, this is the suit that would look a little better surrounding them. Of course, it probably would have been better if they kept a red and blue suit, so he can kind of match up with the other Spider people, but maybe there's too much red and blue jumping around when the Spider Bros start a fight, and it just doesn't look right, so red and black was the way to go. Now, before I show you the other photo that the internet is completely roasting right now, let me go ahead and read you some of the interviews from this article that they're teasing. We had John Watts, the director, say this about the movie: "We're definitely trying to be ambitious." Director John Watts tells Empire in the upcoming new issue, how ambitious? It's Spider-Man Endgame. Continuing on with a quote from Tom Holland himself, "When I was first pitched the idea, I was like, wow, that would be awesome if we could pull it off," says Spidey himself, Tom Holland, of the prospect of bringing in famous former foes. "But there's just no way it's going to work. You're just not going to be able to get everyone to do what they need to do. It's just not going to happen." But it did happen, and it's crazy. I can only imagine what Tom Holland was thinking the day they told him that this was their plan for Spider-Man No Way Home, not only to bring a multiverse Sinister Six, but to also include the Spider people. No wonder Spoiler Boy was like, that's not gonna happen, no way, oh my god, it's happening. And you know what else is happening? This photo right here that Empire magazine took a look at, that Marvel sent them and approved, and they were like, this is the one, baby. This gonna get the internet hype. You guys know I love Spider-Man, and this has become my most anticipated movie of like my lifetime now. But I'm also not just gonna be a complete fanboy and just love 100% of everything they do. And I'm gonna be straight honest and say this was not a still they should have released, because what is going on here?
Give me rent.
You'll get your rent when you fix this damn door!
Like, one, this looks like it's an unfinished VFX shot. Like, I know they're using de-aging on Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus, but he straight up looks like he's being pulled out of a Spider-Man video game, and he looks completely rendered. It even feels like they forgot to add in the shadows, but you can see them right here on the side of the car. And then can we talk about what even is Tom Holland doing? Why did they pick a still where he's in motion and his arms are blurry? This also gives me vibe of some of that MCU humor where it's a dead serious moment. Dr. Octopus has just come into town. He's destroying cars, explosions everywhere, and Tom Holland Spider-Man running away. At least the cool thing we could take from this is definitely a new meme template that Spider-Man fans are gonna be using endlessly no matter what. I love how some people were even pointing out that this gave them the same energy as the reverse shot with Green Goblin and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. But even if the photo didn't look completely goofy and odd, I'm just not a big fan of that Iron Spider suit right there, and I'm just still holding out hope, like a lot of people out there, that maybe this is still some MCU trickery and this isn't actually the suit he's wearing in this scene, and they CGI covered it up with this Iron Spider suit. I'm hoping it's the new red and black Iron Spider suit, but if not, I feel like this is gonna be the scene where they finally get rid of this suit once and for all. I feel like Spider-Man is about to lose this battle with Dr. Octopus really badly. It's gonna be the thing that sets him up to go back to Doctor Strange and be like, these villains are something I've never faced before. They are way too strong. We need some help. Bring out them portals, Doctor Strange. So I'm really thinking that in this sequence, Dr. Octopus is gonna beat the crap out of Tom Holland's Spider-Man and completely destroy this version of the Iron Spider suit, forcing him to go back to his old suit and then work together with the Spider people. But aside from these Spider-Man photos and us goofing around a bit, we did get some exciting news because Sony and Marvel went ahead and announced some new release dates for their upcoming movies, and it's kind of crazy. So it was announced yesterday that Marvel and Sony will be releasing more Spider-Man related movies with the dates of June 23rd, 2023 and October 6th, 2023. Now those are dates that they just newly announced for untitled Spider-Man spin-off movies. We forget there was another movie in 2023 that was already also announced, and that was the Kraven the Hunter movie starring Aaron Taylor Johnson that is set to come out January 2023. So wrap your minds around the fact that in 2023, we are gonna be getting 3 different Spider-Man spin-off movies?
Oh boy, yeah.
People think I milk the Spider-Man videos. Sony, that is kind of insane to me. Now, let's speculate on what these dates could be. So we already know the January date is set for Kraven the Hunter in that movie. So that leaves us with the June and October date. Now, part of me feels like maybe one of these dates could belong to the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse sequel, and that's when we'll be seeing that movie. I feel like that would come out in June, because that would be a real summer movie, especially because it is an animated film and kids around the summer, that's when they would go to see it. So that's a possibility there. Now, other people were throwing out the idea that this could be Spider-Man 4, whether you want to think this is Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4 or Tom Holland Spider-Man 4. I think neither are the case. I really think after Spider-Man No Way Home, Sony is going to be taking a break with Tom Holland Spider-Man for a little bit, where they are going to be focusing on making these Sony Spider-Man spin-off movies, and then in a longer than usual period of time, they'll bring back Tom Holland's Spider-Man for his own solo adventure or something like that. Because you got to remember, ever since the year like 2004 or 2002, when the first Spider-Man movie came out with Tobey Maguire, about every 3 years, we have gotten a Spider-Man movie since then. Like, it's just been non-stop, and again, that is because of Sony's contract with Spider-Man. They need to have a Spider-Man movie in production every 3 years. So I don't think it'll be a solo Spider-Man movie, but maybe it could be the Venom versus Spider-Man movie that was set up at the post-credit scene of Venom Let There Be Carnage. But really, your guess is as good as mine, because Sony is working on so many damn Spider-Man spin-off movies, it's crazy. So it could even be one we haven't even heard of. But that is all the Spider-Man movie news we currently have going on right now, guys. Like I said, didn't expect to be talking about Spider-Man so soon, but it was still a nice little blessing. Let me know what you guys thought of all these photos that were released, specifically that one awkward one, and what do you think are these dates for the Sony Marvel Spider-Man spin-offs? What's your prediction? Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris, Take care.